I'll take off.
Let's do it. We're recording.
All right. Welcome, everyone. We are so happy to have you here for a men's opportunity event that we're going to do tonight. And so we're doing this live on Zoom, and are hoping a few guys join in when they can online. But I also have guys here in the room that I'm going to talk to. So I'm not just going to talk to the computer screen. If you see me kind of do this thing back and forth, that's why I'm doing it. So we've got a few guys here in the room. Excited to have you. And I'm going to just tell you real quick how the night's going to go. And it's going to be fast moving. I actually don't see it going much longer than 30 minutes unless we get a little long-winded. But if we do, we'll cut her off. But I'm going to give my testimony about Plexus. I've got a friend here, Rick Robinson, that's going to give his testimony. And then we're going to hand it over to Mr. Justin Goff, who is going to share about the business opportunity and also give his testimony. That will be it. So again, thanks for joining. Glad you guys are here. It's going to be a good night. And I just love getting together like this because I think there's a synergy that happens when you're talking about something that is life-changing like this. And I think it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So thanks for coming. Without further ado, let me jump into my story. So a few years ago, 2012, I was in a pretty sad place as far as my health. So I'm only 42, so do the math. What's that make me, 36 or something like that? But just not doing well at 36, which is pretty sad. My energy was really bad. My digestion was a mess, and that kind of runs in my family anyway, but mine was kind of to a next level. My stomach was always in pain, and I just really kind of resigned myself to like, this is how I'm going to feel the rest of my life, because I had tried so many things. And because of feeling so nasty all the time, I kind of slipped into even depression and anxiety just because it's like, this stinks. This stinks. And so that's kind of where I was in 2012. Tried cortisol medication, tried proton pump inhibitors, tried allergy testing. I had a homeopathic doctor who, we did all kinds of stuff. And they said, it's like I wound down my diet to like lettuce, and even doing that, I still was in pain. So I even tried acupuncture and eating clean, all of that. 2013, I had my gallbladder out, kind of as a last resort. And even the doctors were like, we're not sure this is the answer, but why don't you try that? So I'm like, okay. And I really wish I didn't at this point in life, because I think Plexus probably could have helped me get over that even. And I kind of like to keep all my organs. But, it's gone now, and I'm still doing all right. But, excuse me, 3 years of pretty much feeling horrible. Enter Plexus 2016. And how that kind of happened was we had a friend that said, here, we really want you to try this. And they said, we're going to gift you a triplex, which the triplex, you'll hear probably Justin talk a little bit more in depth, but it's 3 of Plexus's flagship products. It's the Slim, which you guys are drinking tonight, the ProBio 5, and the BioCleanse. And I said, what have I got to lose? I was super critical. I'm like, there's no way this is going to work. I swore my wife to secrecy. I said, do not tell anybody that I'm doing this. I'm not going to follow this trend and this thing that everybody's doing. Don't tell anybody, but I'll give it a go. It was free. And we actually agreed to try it for 2 months because it was a 60-day money-back guarantee. And I'm like, all right, I'll give it that much time. And so, to be honest with you, I would say after the 2 months, I didn't notice like dramatic changes, but there was enough of a change that I was like, I think there's something to this, a little bit more clearly thinking as far as brain fog. Anxiety was kind of lessening. I felt a little more chill. Digestion, can't really remember exactly at that moment what was happening, but I would say about 6 months in is when I really started noticing, okay, this is legit. Like, this is really actually helping me feel a lot better. And so I was really pretty shocked, actually. And so I've long story short, again, I told you we were going to keep this quick. I mean, it's been like 3 years and that I've been on the triplex, and I am just so thankful for it because 3 years ago, again, I had just resigned myself to like, this is how I'm going to feel. You know, I don't have energy to play with my kids. I feel guilty because my kids are like, Dad, let's go, do this fun thing or slide or whatever. And I didn't feel like it, and I probably did endure it anyway, but it takes the joy out of it when you don't feel good. So I'm super thankful because of really being introduced to Plexus and what it's done for me. Real quick, the whole business thing, which is like also a shocker because my wife has never sold anything in her life. And she said she saw the difference it made in her husband's life and said, I want you to be on this forever. And, at that time we weren't really making a lot of money. And it's like, oh, we need to get these products paid for. And so she just very sporadically started sharing on Facebook here and there. And before you knew it, people said, yeah, I'd like to try that if it made that much difference in your life. And before you knew it, we had our products paid for. And then from there, it's become like this accidental growing, thriving business that I'm as surprised as anyone about, but it's been awesome and exciting. And so just recently I jumped in with Amy, and we're talking to guys, talking to men. I really think that the business opportunity for men is ground floor. And I'm super excited about it. I think Plexus is moving that way toward a guy market, with the lean shapes and the fitness realm and that sort of thing. We see more guys show up in the catalog, which is awesome. And so it's exciting where we are. So that's my story. We're going to just keep on rolling. We're going to bring Mr. Rick Robinson over. Rick is the owner of a multi-site physical therapy business right here in Maine. And what I love about hearing Rick's story is he's figured out a way to do Plexus alongside his career. He's a career guy, and yet he still has a growing Plexus business. And so I just asked Rick to share a little bit about how he does that. So thanks, Rick.
Hi, guys. Thanks for the opportunity to talk to you tonight. Again, Rick Robinson. I own physical therapy practices, and I've been with Plexus since May of this year. Originally started with the Plexus because my weight had kind of gone up to about 180 pounds and never been that heavy before. So really wanted to try it as a weight loss product, and was able to get back down to about 172. And I'm kind of staying there. Just started using the Whey Lean 3 days ago. So we'll see if we can get a little lower. But like Kevin said, I'm always looking for opportunities to grow my physical therapy practice, and by bringing other tools into the toolbox. And I figured, these products are just a natural for our business. We're health and wellness, and we are asked all the time about different probiotics or vitamins and things like that. And because the FDA doesn't regulate any of those things and you don't know what's in them, we were reluctant to even give any advice. But when we found Plexus and we looked at the background and we looked at the science behind it, we felt very comfortable. So we've incorporated that into the business. The way we did that was very low pressure. Each of our new patients that comes in each month, they'll get a small piece of paper that has some information on it, and we follow up on a couple of visits later if they have any questions, if they want more information, and we go from there. Again, it's very low pressure. We don't want them to feel like they're being strong-armed into buying something or getting involved, and we felt like it's been successful from that standpoint. The one testimonial I want to give you guys tonight, which may sound weird for guys, but I want to talk to you about Joyome. Recently, back up. Last winter, I had experienced small frostbite skiing on my cheek, and it cleared, but was kind of scaly and sore for a while. This summer, a couple of sunburns, and it was really becoming irritated. So made an appointment with a dermatologist. Had to jump through the hoops with your primary care, and 6-7 weeks later, finally got to the dermatologist. But in that period of time, I started using Joyome. Not for that reason, but just to see, how the product worked. And the day before my appointment with the dermatologist, I realized the lesion was gone. It was completely gone, but I couldn't cancel my appointment because they would charge me for an office visit. So I showed up anyway. And the doctor was like, we have no idea what you're talking about because there's nothing there. It completely healed that skin from underneath. And that's what these products do. They heal you from the inside out. So again, maybe kind of a weird for a guy to be using Joyome. I don't think so, because I think most guys were really bad about suntan lotions and taking care of our skin. We're exposed occupationally to the damaging sun. But these products definitely are working. And it worked for me. So I'm a big believer, and I'm going to keep using it. Maybe I'll look younger. So thanks a lot for the opportunity.
Awesome. Thanks, Mr. Rick. Appreciate that, man. So now we're going to hand it over to Mr. Justin, who's on the line here. Justin is a Emerald Ambassador with Plexus. He's been former military. He's a Christian friend, and we're just excited to hear about the business that he's built and his success with that, and a little bit about the products and your testimony. So,
Sure.
Thanks, Justin.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, guys. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Rick, for what you shared. And I agree with the products. I love the products. For us, for our family anyway, my wife and I and all of our kids are on the products. But the reason that we got started was because of the products. My wife was honestly in the middle of a health crisis, so we started these products because of a recommendation from a good friend that we trusted. And the products work great. They work great for her. They work great for our kids. They work great for me because I had gained a few pounds. I was leading a Bible study at the time, and we had meals on Sunday night. So everybody brought, their best dishes, and I gained some serious pounds because of this Bible study. So I started taking the products. I loved the products. They've done a lot for, like I said, for me, for my wife, for my children. For me personally, the products have helped me to lose over 20 pounds. Because of the products, I sleep like a champ. It's the best I've slept my whole adult life. I have energy all day long. I used to drink about 2.5 pots of coffee a day just to keep moving. And now I have a couple cups in the morning. I have a couple cups maybe in the afternoon, or if I'm with a friend, but I'm not a coffee fiend just trying to stay awake all day long. I used to work about an hour from home, and I was in road construction. So Rick, as you were talking about the Joyome skin products, I use those and I share them with people, and they've done a huge difference with me with the skin damage that I've had over the years, just working in the sun day in and day out. So those products are great, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I never thought I'd be sharing skin products, but here I am doing it. And so it's really helped me in that regard. But as far as the energy goes, back to the energy part, in that hour drive home, I used to have to stop and take a nap. I was so exhausted all the time that I couldn't even make it home an hour drive. I'd have to stop and take a nap. And that was just the life I lived. But I don't have to worry about that anymore, man. I got all day energy. I feel great. Joint pain in my hands has been reduced to pretty much nothing. And then digestion. Kevin mentioned a little bit about digestive issues. I struggled with digestive issues. I never told anybody. I just kind of struggled in silence. And if anybody has any clue about digestive issues, I was a slave to gut problems. I was a slave to digestive issues in my 30s. And now I don't have to worry about that anymore. My digestive system has been recovered. It's been reset. I'm regular. I feel great. And these products have literally changed my life. They've changed my wife's life, and they've changed my kids' life too. Just even some of them struggled really badly with eczema and skin issues, and just starting them on the probiotics, in 30 days, the skin issues were gone. So, everybody in my family has.
Hey, Justin.
Yeah.
Sorry, our connection is struggling just a little bit. We're kind of catching what you're saying, but and I don't know if that's my end or your end. Any way to tell? Do you think?
Let me just run. I can try to run in the other room and see if that would help. Let me see what I can do here on my end. Here we go.
Should I try anything different here, you think, or just keep it? It was moving pretty fast when I was.
Can you guys switch these spots?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Can you guys switch these spots? Yeah. Let's see what we can do here. See if this.
All right. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Let me turn the light on here. Whoa, there we go. We'll see if this will help.
I think it's better already.
Okay. When you live out in the middle of nowhere, it's kind of like the older days with the cell phone. You have to move around and ask them, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? So that's kind of what we deal with here. But anyway, the products have been an amazing benefit for myself and for my whole family. And the triplex, as Rick and Kevin have mentioned, it's a 3-product combination. That's what I take and have taken every day for 3 years now. And it's the first thing I recommend to anybody who's looking to improve their health. So we can talk about that a little later if you want, but I'm going to slide into a little bit of a different part of my testimony. But like I said, I love the products. And then one thing about my wife and I is if anything has ever worked for us, we're quick to share it with other people. Whether it's been Dave Ramsey, whether it's been sharing the gospel, whether it's been sharing some things about marriage and things that have helped us in our marriage, we've just been quick to share things that work. And so, we're loving these products, and my wife comes to me and she's like, hey, there's a business opportunity with this Plexus. We should do this. And I said, no way. I will never share this. We're not getting involved in a pyramid company or, pyramid scheme, fly-by-night things. I said, these things are illegal. Nobody ever makes any money. I said, and I'm not ruining our testimony with one of these companies. I'm not doing it. I'll take the products, but I am not doing this as a business. So we talked about it, and she asked, do you mind if I start sharing? I said, fine. You can share. I'll be your biggest supporter. I'll take the products, but I am not sharing this with anybody. She said, fine. So what she started to do is to share, and she simply just shared her experience. She shared she had been sharing her health issues all along anyway, and then now she's sharing about these products that were helping and why they help and all these things. And it was a couple weeks probably went by, and I came home and she's like, hey, look at this. She got a check stub in the mail. Back then we got check stubs. I think it was either $300 or $500. I don't remember the exact amount, but she's like, this is from Plexus. I'm like, is this legal? I said, because I am not going to jail over some illegal pyramid scheme. I was so negative about this industry. And it wasn't based off any knowledge that I had. It was based off some comments a couple broke friends of mine said along the way, throughout the years. They're like, oh, that network marketing stuff. So that was the only knowledge I had. Even though I loved the products, I was just so negative towards the business. I said, no way. But she showed me that check stub, and I thought, okay, so you made $300 or $500, whatever it was, from home on Facebook while homeschooling 4 or 5 kids at the time, 5 kids at the time. And I said, that takes me a lot of hours away from home to make $500. And I had been praying all along that God would send us an opportunity so that I could be home with my family. I was never home, and it just killed me as a father to never be home with my kids. So I started researching network marketing, and I thought, okay, I'm going to look into this. I love the products already, and you've already exceeded my expectation of what people make in this industry. So I started looking it up, and I started to see that this industry is absolutely legitimate. And I started to see that business icons, Warren Buffett, Robert Kiyosaki, Donald Trump, many others, titans in the business world put their stamp of approval on this industry. So I thought, okay, I can listen to billionaires say that this industry is okay and great, or I can listen to those two broke friends that I have talking about network marketing being a pyramid scheme. So I thought, I'm going to go with the billionaires. I'm just going to test this thing out, and started sharing it. And that was 3.5 years ago. And I'm just glad that I started to do the research. I was so wrong about this industry. It's been the biggest blessing it's been probably like in the top 3 biggest blessings of our marriage. I mean, this thing has taken us to places in our relationship we didn't know existed. This opportunity has taken us as a family to places financially we didn't know existed. This opportunity has taken us geographically as a family to different places to visit that we never knew would be possible. I've taken my family 3 times to Maui now, to Hawaii. That was never even a consideration before. So the opportunity is absolutely incredible. And one of the main reason why it's so great is because our products work. I mean, if the products didn't work, I wouldn't be here talking to you. I'd be working road construction still. But the products indeed work, and the business opportunity works. And the cool thing is it's not really a pressure-based, like sales type of company. Honestly, we just share our story with people, and we share our results and our life speaks for itself. And I think that this industry, if you have a good company with integrity, with great products, a great compensation plan, if you have those things, this industry is the best industry on the planet. And fortunately for us, we started with Plexus. We didn't start with another company that didn't have those things. Our company does have integrity. It has great products and a great compensation plan. So we're at the top of the industry. And I left road construction a little bit over 2 years ago. This opportunity has afforded me to be home working with my wife and raising my kids for the last 2+ years. I don't leave to go to work outside the home anymore. We work from home. We work together. We go places together as a family, and it's just like a dream come true. And the cool thing is this opportunity is wide open, guys. It's just wide open. And from a former skeptic, I gladly attach my name to this company. I'm proud to be a Plexus ambassador. I love this company. I think it's incredible. It's not just the money either. It's the people. It's the products. It's the opportunity. It's who we're becoming as people. It's the ministry opportunity we have with what we're doing here. It's just so many different things. And like I said, it's wide open. It's in the U.S. right now, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and it's wide open in all those countries. So if you think about that, if compare that globally, there's still like 100 new countries they're going to open up in the next 5 years. That's the plan. Guys, the opportunity is absolutely, it's phenomenal. There's not a greater opportunity out there, in my opinion, unless you go into politics. But that's sketchy and a little bit illegal, and who knows, but this isn't. This is great. And, we have integrity still. So I absolutely love what we do. And if you're looking for anything, I would highly recommend, one, on the health side, you look into our products. Two, if you're looking for a business opportunity and you're wanting to get your time back, I would, at the minimum, I would absolutely research this because it's been one of the biggest blessings in my life.
It's awesome, man. Awesome. Thank you so much. So that's a wrap as far as kind of what we had planned, but I've got some guys in the room that I'm pretty sure have questions because we're all going at this together, and kind of feel like the reaching men part is a little bit new, so it hasn't been tried yet. And so I think we're all asking ourselves, do we do it like the women? Do we change our strategy a little bit? So I know they have some questions. I think they'll come over here and ask, but
yeah, that's great.
Any of you guys want to come over and ask a question? We get the man on the line, so it's big fun to ask. No, David does. There you go.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How's it going, man?
I'm doing excellent. Hey, thanks for doing this. Really appreciate it.
Sure, you bet.
All right, so I've got a lot of questions. I've been doing this for about a little over a month now. Mm-hmm. Taking the product's working great for me. I mean, absolutely thrilled with it. Kevin and I have been talking a lot back and forth as far as how to promote and get the name out there. Mm-hmm. And I guess what I'm questioning is, Kevin just mentioned it, do we approach this like the women do? I mean, it's a very different style. Women tend to chat back and forth. There's this constant chit chat back and forth. Guys generally don't tend to do that. And I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to go after the guys that are in my network. And, where do I start? So I guess that's where I want to start off with you. Is like, what do you recommend?
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good question. And as far as, obviously women and men are different. We all know that. And I'm glad we are. But, I think we can learn a lot. For one, I think we can learn a lot from them. Because a lot of the women in the company they're at a rank or at a level that we want to be at.
Right.
So I think one of the mistakes that men make is they think, well, I'm a man and I ain't going to listen to no woman teach me what to do. Well, that woman's making like 10 times as you. So maybe you pay attention to what she's doing. Yeah. We don't have to say stuff like, hey girl, when we message somebody, but we might pay attention to some of the things they're doing. And here's one thing that the women are excellent at. And this is where they're beating. One reason they're beating the men is because they are using massive action. They're reaching out to a lot of people. One of the reasons that a lot of people aren't where there's many reasons, but one reason why I think a lot of guys aren't where they want to be in this business is because of obscurity. People don't know who they are. People don't know, people don't know their story. People don't know what company they're with. People don't know what their results are. With the women, people know who they are because they're posting about it all the time. They're talking about it all the time. They're using these free tools that we have in Facebook and Instagram and all these things, these free marketing tools that we have at our fingertips. They're using them every single day. And they're reaching a lot more people. This business is a lot about numbers. Yeah. It's not all about numbers, but really, it takes massive action. And I think that whatever we can do, even as men, is to get ourselves talking to more men. And it's uncomfortable at first. You're talking, maybe when you first start, it's a little different because we don't talk about stuff like this.
That's true.
And but one thing that I have done, and I still do now, is I know when I'm talking to a man, if it's somebody I'm just meeting, I know at some point he's going to ask me, so what do you do? Because that's how we as men speak to one another. It's probably going to be less than 5 minutes. That question's going to come up. So what I do is I just wait. Because I know it's coming. So I just sit back and play defense, and we talk about whatever, and then we'll trade talk a little bit, and then he'll ask me, so what do you do? At that point, he has initiated that conversation. I haven't. So I'm not pushing. I'm not, I'm not pressuring him in any way. He asked the question. I'm just answering the guy's question. And then I'll go in and talk to him a little bit about Plexus, or else I'll say, we work for, my wife and I both work for a health and wellness company. And then a lot of times I'll be quiet after that, and he'll say, oh, really? Which one? I'll say Plexus Worldwide. Have you heard of us? And then I'd be quiet. I try to answer questions with a question. I'm wanting to create dialogue here with this guy. I'm not trying to get him to sign up necessarily the first time I talk to him. I'm making a connection. So I guess to answer your question is, guys, is how do we whatever we can do to connect with more people more often. How are we going to meet new people? How are we going to get our story? How are we going to get our product out there? And it's going to take a lot of action. And just meeting new people, kind of putting yourself out there. We've been accused of being loud and proud on social media, but hey, speed is the new big. It's like, how fast can you get your information out there? We have these new tools to do that and to reach people. So we have to be sharing our story, and we have to be doing it consistently. I don't know if that helps. Hopefully it helps a little bit.
No, that really does help a lot. One of my other shorter questions, I'm curious, when we're using social media, when you first started out, are you doing this on a daily basis? Is there something going out there every single day? Are you timing it so that we're not overwhelming other people?
Yeah. One of the things that when I first started out it was every day.
Yeah.
It was every day. I would say right now I've backed off a little bit, and I am trying to work on building relationships with people rather than cold messaging a lot of people. I'm trying to build more relationships, but that takes some time.
Right.
And it takes daily diligence. You have to be talking to people every day. There's people you're just meeting today. There's people that you've been talking to for a while you talk to today. And then there's people that are ready to sign up that you sign up today. So, you constantly have to be working on relationships with people. And that could be Facebook. It could be Instagram. It could be at work. It could be at the gym. It could be at church. Just wherever I go, I'm working on relationships.
Makes sense.
And so tonight, for example, when I go, we have a missionary event to go to, a fundraiser for some missionary friends of ours. And while I'm there, I have a business card. And as I'm talking to people, I'm going to hand out my business card. I'm not trying to sign them up. I'm just trying to make a connection. I'm just trying to connect. So the more people we can connect with, the better. But if you're just starting out in this business, the first thing to do would be to make a list. Make a list of 100 people, make a list of 50 people or 20 people. Yeah. Start with 10, but the thing is, put a list of people together, and people that you're already in relationship with. They're the hardest though to talk to. I understand that. I get that. I'm in this thing too, but those are the people that trust you, the people that you have influence over. We all have influence. Yeah. And if we really believe in what we're sharing, which we do, we believe in the products or the business opportunity that's out there, then we should be sharing with the ones we're in relationship with first. And, as we share with them, we need to don't go to someone and say, hey, always look and see how you can benefit them. Try to help meet one of their needs. And I think that's one of the things in this business. A lot of times we reach out to people with our needs first. Like, hey, help me earn this prize. Help me earn this cruise. Help me earn this car or whatever. And that's kind of a turnoff. I know it turns me off when people approach me like that, but we need to approach people that we have a relationship with first. And we need to approach them, I think, in light of, how can I meet a need that this person has? Fortunately for us, in America, most people don't feel good and most people are living paycheck to paycheck. So really what we have to offer can help a lot of people. We just have to approach them correctly. Just have to make sure we're approaching them correctly.
Right. One more quick question, if that's okay?
Yeah.
So really, Plexus is two things. One, we're promoting the fact that we're doing something that's amazing, that is helping people's health. That's what it's done for me. But at the same time, we're promoting a business aspect. How do you approach, you have two things that we're trying to promote at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I guess maybe I'm being too analytical about this, but like, say, for example, I'm using something on Facebook. One day is about business, the next day is about health. Is that what you would recommend, or are you throwing it out, hey, I do everything?
Yeah, well, I think people have different needs. So, as you're throwing stuff out there, it's kind of like fishing. You're not going to use the same lure every single time. Mm-hmm. You're going to switch it up a little bit, based on what you're trying to catch. So the thing is that there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of different needs. So if you just share health, you could, yes, our products are great. And yes, it can help a lot of people. We can meet a lot of needs through sharing our products. But some of the people in your network might be looking for a business opportunity. Mm-hmm. The business opportunity, quite frankly, has helped a lot of people, a lot of friends of mine. It's helped people pay off huge debts. It's helped people, moms come home and raise their kids. It's helped our business opportunity is one of the best products we have.
Yeah.
So
I totally agree with that.
So I think that there's balance. I think that, what you're trying to do is you're trying to meet a need. So, I think some people need the products and some people need the business. Some need both. So I would share a balance of both. Because like I said, I think both of them can help meet people's needs. You just never know. And you never really know who's paying attention and who's watching, so I'd share them both for sure.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you for that very much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Yes, the questions I had.
That good a question there?
Great.
We're looking for more questions. I'm asking them.
No problem.
You have one, Chuck?
In his last spiel, he gave.
Why don't you come on over? We got somebody coming.
Okay.
Hi, Justin. My name is Chuck.
Hey, Chuck.
Hi. The last time I heard you speak, you made a great impression on me as far as sharing on Plexus on that you the money back guarantee and the no stock. You don't need stock, and that was impressive as far as saying, okay, if I'm going to be talking with another guy about entering into a business, usually it's, so what's the investment and what do I have to pay, $340 or $34, and that was impressive to me as far as when you went through that aspect of the business. So if you could just kind of flesh that out a little bit.
Yeah. One of the cool things about Plexus is we do have a 60-day money back guarantee on our products. And the neat thing is it's a rolling 60-day money back guarantee, meaning if I take the products for 6 months and then quit, you can get the last 60 days, you can get all that money back on those products. Or if you just want to try a new product, you love the products and you want to try something new, and you decide you don't like that new product, you can still get a 60-day money back even on that product. The 60-day money back guarantee can be used on all the products once. So it's a pretty incredible deal, really. And the idea behind it is we don't have to use that very often because the products work. So it's kind of unheard of to have a guarantee that good. So that's one thing. The other thing you mentioned about having an inventory in this industry, in the network marketing industry, a lot of times, here's how it works. Let's say, Chuck, you sign up under me. Now, the way a lot of companies work is that you will pay, it varies depending on the company, but you could pay anywhere from $100 to several $1,000s buying product off of me. Now, that's how I make my money, right? You buy the inventory off of me, and then the way you make money is you try to get rid of that inventory that you now have. And then, so that's how a lot of companies work. With Plexus, there is zero inventory. We're not required to carry an inventory. It's $34.95 to sign up. And what that covers is that covers your own website that Plexus provides for you. So when someone's interested in Plexus, either the products and or the business opportunity, you send them to your own website that Plexus gives us. They order off of the website. Plexus ships it to them. Plexus figures out all the sales tax. Plexus figures out the shipping for you, and they ship it directly to the person that just signed up on your team. So, zero inventory, the low initial startup cost, $34.95. When I think about, that's what it costs to become an ambassador. And when I think about, so basically for my wife and I, it cost us $70 to sign up or become ambassadors 3 years ago. And if I look at the rate of return, even if you made $140, you still have doubled your initial investment, which is pretty incredible, in my opinion. So, I don't know, does that help at all? Or do you need,
That's great, Justin. No, that helps a lot. Thank you.
Perfect. Yes, Chuck. Thank you.
My wife is just ready to turn gold, and I'm trying to keep up with her.
Hey, I'm always 2 steps behind my wife, so I'm trying to keep up with her too.
Thank you, Justin.
You bet.
Anybody else? Nope. Awesome, man. I think we're just about done. I know one of the ideas that we've been talking about is possibly going to like a vendor show, renting a table and doing that. Mm-hmm. Have you seen any success with that kind of thing?
Yeah. We personally have had a little bit of success with that. Other people have had great success with it. So, if you're going to do one of the vendor shows, one of the neat things to do would be to have a giveaway. Mm-hmm. So if you gave away, let's just say, for example, you gave away a thing of Joyome, or you gave away a triplex, or whatever it is you want to give away. But you don't give it away till the end of the vendor show. And then what the people have to do is give you their contact information to enter into that drawing.
Nice.
And then you have to follow up with all those people. That's the yeah. So, the idea is, and the cool neat thing about this industry and about Plexus is there's not one right way to talk with people. You can talk to people face to face. You can talk with people over the phone. You can talk to people on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Snapchat, on, whatever, carrier pigeon, whatever method you want to use, vendor halls, vendor, events, whatever way you want to use to get in front of people and tell people about what we have to offer. There's no right or wrong way. So a vendor event will put you in front of a lot of people, and you'll be able to share with a lot of people. So maybe you'd want to have like make a pink drink display out there so they can have a little, I mean, you don't have to pour them a whole 20-ounce bottle of pink drink, but I mean, just a little, shot glass type thing, so they can sample the taste, something like that, something simple. And, I think the vendor events can be very, very fruitful, really.
Yep. Cool. Yeah. About that connection. Yeah. That resonated when you said that, just connecting with people. So
yep.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I think we don't have any more questions here anyway, but any final words for us? I really appreciate it.
Not really. I mean, this business, a lot of people get into this business and I've been at it long enough now that I've seen a lot of people come. I've seen a lot of people stay and succeed, and I've seen a lot of people go. And one of the things with this business is a lot of people come in thinking that that's a get rich quick sort of a thing, and it's just not. It's the opportunity is incredible. It's huge, but it takes work. It's just like anything else. It takes a massive amount of action. It takes a lot of no's. It takes a lot of growth. We have grown a lot over the last 3 years in a good way, in a great way.
Personally, you mean personally, right?
Yeah, we've grown. I actually got smaller weight-wise, but we've grown as people. No, but so this business it takes courage, and it takes work. I mean, you're going to get out of it what you put into it, and it might take a lot of no's to get a yes. So one of the differences between me and maybe some of the guys just starting out there, one of the biggest differences between us is I've been told no more than you have. So that's just the way it is. But people need what we have.
Mm-hmm.
People really need what we have, and so we keep sharing. And like I said, the opportunity is incredible. Company's incredible. The people we get to hang with are incredible. There's just not enough good things I can say about it.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yep. See you guys.
Good job. God bless you. See ya.
God bless.